So today I will tell you my story on how I reclaimed my own pleasure. Prepared a hibiscus lemonade just for this occasion. I come from a Polish background, very Catholic, very conservative, which has its beautiful values, but also for a person like me especially was quite a challenge. So for me, it all started when I was a little girl, and I naturally felt a lot of pleasure within my own body, and I naturally felt the desire to explore it. I remember playing doctor with my neighbors and it feeling so naturally pleasant. It was very innocent in nature. I personally don't remember any type of education at school, except like the very, very basics of how the reproductive process goes, like the basics. I had no idea. And I didn't have any shame around this subject right up until I was about 8, 9, or 10, when two major events happened. Number one, I confused the word lover with lovely. In my mother language, that is kochanek and kochanie. And I remember my mother's reaction so vividly, as if I said the worst word that has ever existed. And I was so confused because for me, in my brain, both were the same. I didn't really see a difference. I didn't understand what she meant when she told me to never say this word again. That is when I internalized that this is a bad word, I should not speak of it, and I should not publicly explore it. Another huge, intense situation was when I kissed a boy on the cheek, and my mother caught me doing it. For me, it was just a natural, spontaneous urge and desire that I wanted to express to that boy, and it took a lot of courage for me to actually be able to do that. Through my mom's reaction, I quickly again understood that this is something bad. I should not express my desire to the opposite gender. And as an adult, of course, I understand my mother's worry, and I appreciate it. But as a child, I completely didn't understand. I don't think it was handled really well and explained to me really well. I can bet that most of us have similar stories, especially with female pleasure and self-pleasure. I grew up believing that only boys do it, but in the shadows, when I was growing up, girls also did it. Everybody was doing it. Most people were doing it, but it was more socially accepted that boys did it. So again, I internalized that. I created a lot of shadow and shame around that experience. So little me basically internalized this belief that exploring your body and your pleasure with boys and men is prohibited, is bad, and it would take me a long time, about the age of 21, 22, to actually have my first kiss with a man. In the meantime, I also discovered that I like girls. And that was another thing that is completely not accepted by the society I grew up in. It's very taboo. But I discovered that my preference to gender is not dependent on their body, but on the person that I'm with and their soul and the connection that we have. And that took me also many years to feel confident to express that. So by the age of 21, 22, I finally had my first kiss with a man, and everything else you can have with a man. It felt completely natural. It felt like something I should be doing. I was also waiting and at the same time lucky enough to meet a person that was kind, respectful, and cared about my pleasure as well. And since then, I started a long, around 7-year journey until now of reclaiming all of these suppressed parts of myself, all of the lost parts of myself. This topic still stirs so much emotion in our society. It's so controversial, and I think it's one of my missions on this planet to actually neutralize this subject. As a society, I believe our mistake was to separate the body and the soul, the profanum, the profane, and the sacred, the sacrum, when in essence both come from the same source and they are together, they create wholeness. The body is sacred. Our physical experience is sacred. This is nothing new. This is how we lived as humanity, and a philosophy of many ancient cultures before 3,000, 4,000 years ago. I have made it my mission to help women dive into their bodies into the wisdom and the intelligence of their bodies. And one of those parts is reclaiming EROS. That's why I created a 2-day mini course called EROS. Day 1, we will explore the body and everything to help your libido physically, and on day 2 we're going to explore the psyche and the ancient history, the types of desire, how to feel pleasure, different practices. And this is my sweet spot where I merge the biology with the divine. We're also doing this around the summer solstice, which in many ancient cultures was the time to celebrate the fertility of the land and that vital force that flows through all of us. I designed everything very intentionally. I am really excited about this course. It feels so aligned with who I am, and it feels so exciting to imagine all of you on the other side of this, reclaiming your pleasure. If you want to find out more details, then everything is in the link below, or you can write me a message, you can DM me. I would love to answer your questions. And if you're watching this already after the course has gone live, then I'm also going to sell the replay of this course, so you have access to this. I hope I'll see you there.